Hey guys, it's Kamrin and welcome back to my channel. It's almost the new year and I thought this would be a good time to film this video since it has been, I would say, about a year and a half. So today we are doing my natural hair journey. I decided why not film this video today since it's almost the new year. It's kind of motivating you guys if you still have relaxer in your hair. Y'all need to cut that out first of all. Snip snip sis, because whew. I myself definitely watched a lot of these that motivated me to go to the natural side, and I think it was the best decision I ever freaking made in my life. Make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Join the familia. In fact, I'm gonna wait and let you subscribe. It is right down there, the little red button. Yeah, that one. Okay, now that you've subscribed, make sure to also give this video a thumbs up and to follow all my social media. It will be at the end of this video as well as in the description box and up on the screen, so you have no excuse. We are gonna start. This is probably going to be a very chatty video. I talk way too much. Let's start from where this story all began. So for those of you who don't know, I am mixed. I am multiracial and multicultural. My dad is mixed. He is black, white, Native American, and my mom is Dominican, which is basically mixed as it is. Unfortunately, my dad was not interested in taking care of my hair when I was younger. So from about the age of 11, I had the short Halle Berry haircut for 11 years of my life. And it was actually really traumatizing for me because kids used to make fun of me. They used to ask me like, oh, if you're a boy, why do you have earrings? Or if I was a cancer patient. And I used to beg my dad, I was like, please, please let me grow it out. And he's like, no. I never saw people with long curly hair. I only saw people with long straight hair. So my whole idea was that you can't have long curly hair, you can only have long straight hair. So when I was about 11, I told my mom I want to have long hair. And my mom is Dominican, so I don't know if this was really like her thing, but I know in the Dominican culture, you don't have curly hair. Like, curly hair is considered, you know, like your mom don't take care of you, you girl, you need to get your life together if your hair is curly. Like, that was, you didn't do your hair that day. When I told her I wanted long hair, she was like, okay, well, we're gonna take you to go get a keratin. So I got it done at a salon by my aunt's friend. It was very, very, very painful. I have never gotten a keratin again, so I don't know if that's how it always is, but the heat from the blow dryer was ridiculous. The lady, I don't know if she was just mad at me or something, but oh my god, that was the most painful thing I ever went through in my life. And then when it was finally done, my hair, I felt it on my neck and it was the weirdest thing ever. I had never felt long hair in my entire life. It was so strange to me. My misconception was that my hair would just be straight. That is not the case. My hair started getting really, really frizzy and unruly because a keratin is not a perm. A keratin is like for people that have wavy hair than want straight hair. Within like 3 or 4 days, it was just really messy and weird. My dad was very upset that I had gotten it done. My dad was like, girl, your hair looked like a mess. We're just gonna perm it. And I didn't know what a perm was, but he was like, it's much more aggressive. It's gonna straighten your hair out. And I was like, cool, that's what I want. Please, parents, don't do this. This was like literally like 2 weeks after I had gotten the keratin. When I permed my hair the first time, it grew out really nice. Like, my hair was, obviously because it was virgin hair, it was very thick. It was a very pretty brownish red color. Then my hair, when I had permed it, it got down to, I would say, straight, probably the length that this was. So then I decided, I have this long hair, I want to dye it. This was when Kylie Jenner had the blue black hair that everyone was obsessed with. So I was like, dang, I want this. So I decided to ombre my hair and dye it myself. It was like a weird greenish, but I kind of liked it. It was like an emerald green, it was pretty. And then that is when the obsession with the hair color started. I went through my phase of like a lot of different colors, and my hair was slowly starting to break off. And I was telling myself that it wasn't breaking off. It was just that it was growing, and my curly hair at the roots was shrinking it up. Denial in its greatest form. I had gotten like so many different colors. I had dyed it black, I had dyed it a lighter brown, the green, it had been like a weird blue. And then I went to a stylist, and I remember getting these horrible blonde highlights. This was when I was going with my aunt to all of her like house salon stylists, which I will never do again. I don't care if I have to spend countless amounts of dollars. I'd rather have my hair done correctly, because the thing was is that I would go spend all this money to have these home salon people do my hair, and I would hate it, and I would do it myself, and I would mess it up, and it would just be more and more money spent. I had gotten these horrible blonde highlights, and that was at the point where like my hair had broken off. It was just so choppy, and I hated when stylists would straighten it because they didn't know exactly what to do with it, to how to really form it to where it didn't look like horrible. I knew when I was straightening my hair that I knew how to hide it and stuff. But it was very chopped off, very layered, very broken off. It was the worst it had ever been. So then I decided, after some like traumatic situation that I went through, I was like, I'm cutting my hair off. So I cut it all off. At that point, I was in high school, so it was like edgy and cool to do it, and people were like, oh my god, you look so good, like I love your hair. But it honestly brought back all of the insecurities that I had had when I was younger, and all of the bullying that I went through because of it, and I just mentally felt horrible with my hair short like that, and it was killing me. And I could have gone natural at that point, but because it was just weighing down on me that I had, you know, short hair, I couldn't take it. So within like 6 or 7 months of growth, after having cut off all of the dead perm and everything, I permed it again. My best friend, she has always had naturally curly hair her entire life, never had a perm. She just recently dyed it. It used to be virgin hair her entire life. And I remember everyone was always like, your hair is so pretty, like blah, blah, blah. Everywhere we go, she would always get all these compliments. And for me, that was something I never experienced. I never saw that. I never saw people complimenting curls. You know, it was always like, girl, your hair look crazy. I remember my dad telling me like, you have nappy hair, like you need to fix it, with that mentality that curly hair was unruly and unkept. So seeing that she would get compliments because of it, I was like, oh, this is really weird. And she would always tell me, she's like, go back natural. Like, you looked so good with the short curls, like go on the natural side. And I'd be like, girl, I can't pull it off, it's not for me. I didn't want to do it. And finally, I just kind of got sick of having choppy, short hair that was so many freaking weird colors because I had dyed it and killed it so much. I was like, I want to have curly hair. I'm over it. So I went through the process of transitioning. Transitioning is not easy whatsoever. Please don't let anyone lie to you and tell you that it was a piece of cake and they just stuck their hair in a bun for like 8 months and then their hair transitioned, because that is the farthest thing from the truth. I started looking up ways to transition, and I would have to say my hair was about 3 or 4 inches. I did perm rods my entire transition. My hair was not long enough for braid outs, it was not long enough for twist outs, nothing. You could obviously tell they were fake curls, and I was telling everybody that they were my real curls. I was like, oh, I just finger curled them, you know, that's how I'm transitioning, I'm finger curling my curls. But they were just so perfect, so obviously they looked like perm rods. But that's what I did for about 5 or 6 months. It would take me hours to put the perm rods in, hours to sit there under the dryer waiting for it to dry, and it would last me about a week, I would say that, but I would have to redo it, and it was exhausting. There were so many times where I'm like, oh my god, I'm so over this, until I actually started to see a difference in my hair, and I started to see the curls coming in, like new growth coming in. One thing that I did notice that I'm not sure if it works for everyone, I did start to see my perm like wash out, which my mom told me the same thing happened to her hair because she used to perm her hair as well, and she would tell me that her perm would wash out, and I'm like, how? That doesn't make any sense. Like, how does your perm wash out? That's really chemically altered hair. But I noticed the same thing with mine. My perm did start to wash out. Of course, it was not like my healthiest curls, but I watched that hair start to curl back. I would say about 7 or 8 months in, I got the bright idea to dye my natural transitioning hair blonde. This is my biggest issue in life, that I get so bored and I need a drastic change, and this is how my hair always gets damaged. I still tell myself I think that was the smartest decision I made, because my hair was already in a point of damage, and I feel like if I had gone through so much when transitioning, every time you dye your hair blonde, there's damage, so just expect that. But I feel like if I had gone through the point of transitioning and I had virgin hair, blah, blah, and I watched some damage happen to it, I would have literally died. I did not do my research with stylist. I just went to the salon next to my house and I told the lady, hey, I want this. Obviously she didn't give me that. And she did it. And she charged me $180 to go, no, it's $130 to go from black to blonde. When I dyed my hair blonde, I continued to perm rod it and everything, and I slowly but surely transitioned, and I reached this natural stage. It was like a weird wavy kind of thing. When I did my Afro-G treatment, which I still have a video up, you guys are welcome to watch it, it's up there. When I did that treatment was when I stopped doing the perm rods. I started getting into the phase of damaging my natural hair with trying to get it more blonde. That is the point where I had to start cutting off so much of my hair. I was consistently always dyeing it weird colors. People at my friends and people at school would make fun of me, and they're like, you have a different color every week. And I was just so obsessed with having a new hair color all the time that I was damaging my hair so freaking much. So I was always having to cut off. I was transitioning for about a year. I have been natural for like 2 years. And within those 2 years, obviously you would think if I had been transitioning for this long, my hair would be so much longer. My hair should be like down to my at this point, but it's not, because I was obsessed with dyeing it all these weird colors. So I had, of course, the traumatic L'Oreal, which if you have not watched that video, it will also be up there. It was the worst thing I think my hair ever went through. It got so thin, oh my god. It was in the recovery stage of that. Then I went and got my hair dyed by another lady around May, and that was, whew. I almost want to take that video down just because I don't want people to go to her. She is a beautiful colorist. I'm not talking about Trisha. Trisha did my hair wonderfully. I'm talking about the lady that I got my hair colored in May. Her name was Bella. I still have that video up and I'm thinking about taking it down because I will show you guys how much she had ruined my hair. Thank God I have strong hair because she had destroyed it. Unfortunately, she does not know at all what to do with curly hair, even though her daughter has curly hair. So I just had to put in a lot of care. And once I had gotten my hair done by Bella, I left it alone for a very long time. But at that point, it was in a very weird, not like the cutest platinum stage, and I could tell that it wasn't in its greatest health. So I realized that I needed to darken it up and put some pigment back into my hair. That's when I went to Trisha and she did my lowlights, which is what I currently have in my hair. I have not gotten my hair done since Trisha, and as you can see, it is extremely grown out. Like, I almost only have my ends that are blonde. Like, I have so much new growth that I could literally put my hair behind and look like I have dark hair. Unfortunately, I'm very addicted to blonde, and I am making an appointment to go get my hair dyed an icier blonde on New Year's Eve. So this stylist that I go to, I'm sticking to her. She's very pricey. She's so expensive. She's the only woman I know that dyes hair blonde and it comes out healthier when you leave. So she is almost half of my rent when I go get my hair done by her. But she does an incredible job. She's well worth the money, and I tell people, I'm like, listen, just save it up because she's worth it. Her name is Mel. I am going to get my hair colored by her on years, so I will do like a little mini video on that and just my hair care and stuff I'm going to be doing afterwards to kind of bounce back my curls. But a lot of you guys always ask me for videos on how to get your hair back to health, which I am most definitely a professional on, with how many times I have had to damage, cut off, redo, and everything with my hair. That is kind of the end of my story, and this is how my hair is now. This is 5-day hair, so I'm definitely holding back on coloring as much as I used to. I used to color my hair like every 2 or 3 months. It's crazy. And now I am going to do it to where I only color my hair blonde once a year. So I will always be getting my hair done on the 1st of January, like around the 1st of January, so that I can keep track of my growth throughout the year. That's pretty much my journey. I hope I wasn't too confusing. I hope I made enough sense. I would say to anyone who is thinking about going natural, trust me, I have been in your position. I know what it's like to say it's gonna be too much work. I don't think I'll make it through it. It's easier for me to flat iron my hair, blah, blah, blah. I have such a great love for hair, especially because of how much I've gone through because of it. And I think it's important, especially for African American women or women of color, that we embrace our God-given hair and we learn to love it, because there will always be somebody who's gonna tell you that it's nappy and it doesn't look professional, blah, blah, blah. And it matters that you learn to love yourself, and it matters that we show the generation that is to come that they are supposed to love their hair. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it if you have made it all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and to hit that little bell button so you are always notified when I upload. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up as well, and to follow all of my social media. It will be at the end of this video, as well as in the description box and up on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!